Welcome back to BJP Lifestyle, guys. So if you're watching this video, you probably want to check out the 2018 Grand Cherokee or the similar years of the 2019, 2020, 2017, I guess kind of all fit in the same. 2018 does have some changes from the 2017. So if you guys don't really know the differences, then I'll kind of go over them as I'm talking about features and say why I got the features that I did get, because there's certain things like the CarPlay on this one that was something that I needed to get. So like I said, the CarPlay was something that I wanted to get with this, and I'll kind of go into depth in this video or in my video of why I got rid of my truck and kind of talk about why I did what I did. But for now, let's just go ahead and hop into the features. I'll start on the outside and then hop in. All right, in between filming that intro and where we are now, I stepped in some big pile of dog shit, and it got all in my shoes. It smells like shit now, so that's awesome. But anyway, so then someone was screaming. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the features on the outside of the Jeep here, and then we'll hop inside and show you those features. So if you get the altitude package, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get 20-inch blacked out wheels here. Back to, I think are tinted on all of them, but you're gonna get black trim all throughout. Again, black those. They're nice and like glossy. It's kind of dirty. I need to wash it already. But yeah, so you're gonna get that. Up in the front here, you're gonna get the same thing. Everything's gonna be blacked out. The only thing that's not gonna be blacked out is these. They're silver. Hope you can see them. These are silver, so that's kind of a thing that sucks about it, but it's not really too big of a deal. Again, like I said, on this side it's gonna be pretty much all the same. I'm not sure if this is a feature only with the altitude package, but it does come on the altitude package. So if you are looking into getting this, then you're gonna have this. You're gonna have the remote in your pocket kind of thing, where you don't need to actually even use it. You just keep it in your pocket, the nice keyless. So you press this once, it locks it. Put your hand behind here, and it unlocks it, which is an awesome feature. Another nice thing is the auto liftgate. So if we go around here to the back and we just press once on the button, we hear a beep, and then it's gonna open itself up. You don't have to actually lift it, you know, for us lazy people. With the 2018 Grand Cherokees, at least with the altitude, you're able to get the upgraded speaker system. So you can get the subwoofer here. It's an 8-inch sub, plus 9 powered speakers with like a 500-watt amp. There's one here, one on each back pillar here, so it kind of creates like a surround sound. And then obviously in the front. One nice little feature here is if you lift up the back to get to your spare tire, you'll notice that you have this. Once you get it up, you'll notice that you have this little hangy piece that you can take and hang up here, so then you can access the spare tire without having to fight with it, which is an awesome tiny little thing where they kind of just thought of extra things to help you out. So then this just goes back onto here, and it's kind of hard to do with one hand. Just clips right back in, and then down here you'll notice that you have your jack and all kinds of tools to go with it, along with a funnel here. I'll show you what that funnel's for in just a second once we go ahead and open up the inside. So again, this piece just closes down, gives you plenty of extra storage down there, as well as plenty of storage on here. You see I got some floor mats. I'll show you the floor mats that they gave me. And again, you're gonna have this, you're gonna have the thing where you can put I forget the name of it, but it's just, you pull it back and it's gonna block out the whole back area for whatever you're putting over here so that people don't see it. And then you got hooks there, and as well as a 12-volt outlet here in the back. Car does need to be on for that to work. And then over here we've got the push button assisted close, so it's going to beep 3 times. You see, 3 times, and it's going to go down. So I'm going to go ahead and hop inside here, and we'll show you that. All right, so now going inside here, like I said, you have that little lock feature. And once you open it up here, we'll start with the doors just so we can kind of show you. It does not have power mirrors. They are manual, like you have to fold them in, so they're not powerful. They're power mirrors, they're just not power folding. So you just got your mirror buttons here, your auto windows in the front, and then normal in the back. Window locks, of course, and then your lock and unlock. Super simple. Yeah, so then you got your front door here. The front driver's seat is powered. In this, the passenger is not, so you're not going to have that powered seat, which is the only feature I think that I lost from my truck. And then obviously on the mirror too, it's a heated mirror. I don't think I really covered that on the outside. So then going in here, you've got just your basic power for your lights, basic settings, your autos, your high beams and everything like that. You also have all these different modes with the internal lights, which I can't really show you because it's daytime, but it's just going to change the different modes of that. Another thing here is your gas button. So you see, you press that, that's going to open up your gas tank. And then the reason you have a funnel is because the gas pump in this, it doesn't have a gas cap, so it's got one of these capless automatic, you just stick the nozzle right in there, rather than having a gas cap hanging and that kind of thing, which is a kind of cool feature. I like it. I mean, it's different, it doesn't really have a super purpose, but it's pretty good. So now jumping in the seats, you're gonna have the leather seats. Well, they're half leather, and then like this suede Alcantara here in the middle, which is awesome for like keeping the heat in and out, so you don't like so you don't sweat and like get in and get like a burning leather seat, which is nice. Again, these floor mats are some Jeep floor mats that they gave me. I'm not really sure, they're pretty good. I mean, they kind of cover the whole thing. Steering wheel here, you're gonna have a, let me go ahead and hop in and start it up. So this would be a good time, I guess, to show you that it does. You put your foot on the brake, press the button, boom, push to start. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn the steering wheel. So now we got our Grand Cherokee images here up on the screen. You have all different modes. So you got your speed here, where it'll show you your speed, obviously. You can see your mileage down there. You can change these top two if you go to this gauge setup by going up one. I'm not going to do it. You also have messages, which are going to tell you things like your tires are flat, you need to change your oil, different things like that. Here, this will show you your music, whatever's playing through Bluetooth. Start, stop, not ready, steering wheel turned. So that's this mode over here, which I don't like using anyway, so I'll go ahead and talk about that once I get to it. Here you're gonna have a trip, fuel mileage, and your tires and other vehicle info, such as oil temp, oil pressure, oil life, battery voltage. This is actually live because it has to do with the auto start stop kind of feature. So we're gonna go back to the tires here. All right, and then we got our speed back up again. And then on the right, you're gonna have your Prindle here, your little park reverse, neutral and drive to tell you what you're in. Up here, you got your oil temperature, and then down here, you have your gas gauge, and then over here, RPMs. So that's pretty much how the gauge is set up. You can kind of modify it and tweak it a little bit to your own, but that's basically how it's set up. And then over here, you just got your wiper. So that's fantastic. And you know, the steering wheel is good. It's got a heated steering wheel, which is a really nice feature. You're answering your phone calls and everything's going to be through down here, voice recognition, so you can tell it stuff. If you did have upgraded packages or you had not the altitude, you would have extra buttons over here, so that's why these are here. And then you just got your controls over here for the screen. Now going over here to the screen, we have the actual screen. So on our left here, we've got Sirius XM. Let's see if we can get it to focus for you. So you got Sirius XM over here on the left. This is completely modifiable. It's just like an iPhone or a phone where you can just hold down the button and change it. And then we got our media. So this is where you would connect to like your Bluetooth, aux, USB, anything like that. Then we got our climate controls, which are absolutely fantastic in this vehicle. You got max AC, you got all these different settings. So you can do front and rear defrosters, you can put it where you want. You can actually click and drag these and turn it up and down depending on what temperature you want. Obviously dual climate. And then up to fan modes, you can go up to 7, and you see it really it blows really nicely. Wink wink. And then we got our heated wheel, whoops. Heated wheel and all those other settings which we have here in controls. So if we click on controls, heated seats, front and side, and the heated steering wheel obviously has a backup camera, and the backup camera can actually be activated without the car being in reverse, which is pretty cool. So if you just want to check if your kid's back there or something like that. And then we have our navigation where you can where to view map. The map on this one's pretty nice. As you can see here, it even has running water. I'm not sure if it'll pick up, but the water's moving, so that's fantastic, I suppose. And then over here, this will be your phone settings, but if you plug in your phone, which is through just a standard lightning cable down here in the bottom, then you go into your CarPlay settings and everything like that. If you go into the apps, you got a bunch more apps. Some cool things are like the travel link. If you have Sirius XM travel link, mine came with it. I think a lot of them do come with it. And you can see fuel prices based on the price, how far away, the brand if you're looking for a specific thing, or a fuel type, so that's cool. Down here you actually have a weather map, which this thing's pretty cool because it's actually going to show you bands of weather. As you can see here, there's different little bands of weather. So that's cool. Continuing into this passenger, you can modify all these. Like I said, you can drag them wherever you want. There's also off-road pages, which these are pretty interesting because you're going to see some things such as like your altitude and different if it loads. Okay, so it's not going to load. But yeah, if you can get this to load and it's not, you're not in the middle of the woods basically in a park, then you might be able to see it. But basically what it's going to do is it's going to show you the different tilts and stuff of your tires and everything. So it's pretty interesting. And then obviously you have all the other settings and stuff here. You got your audio settings. So you can do bounce and fade, equalizer, speed adjust volume. So this one, it increases the volume relatively to increase speed, surround sound, etc., etc. So those are all good. And then yeah, so that's pretty much it for the settings. You can also control them all down here, obviously. Turn the screen on and off, AC, all that kind of good stuff. Now we have the parking sensors. So these are going to be the rear parking sensors, which they do have an auto brake setting in the settings here. I have it turned off because it will just jam on the brakes and I don't like that. Right here, the rear park sense braking assist, I like to turn it off. Also other things like power steering default, you can have it set to sport. All kinds of different good stuff in there that you guys can mess with. But going down here, we also have this button here, which is going to be that auto start stop to try and save gas when you're at a stoplight. I hate it. I wish there was a good way to turn it off and keep it off, but for now it'll do. Just doing this every time I get in, I gotta press that. So if you don't like that, then go ahead and do that because it does feel clunky and it just doesn't feel good. Then we also have an eco mode to turn it off so you can get better gas mileage, obviously traction control, and then the fun button where it's a sport button. Now that's going to tighten up your steering here. It's also going to cause your transmission to shift faster as well as shift at a higher RPM, so you can has a lot more power. This car is very torquey. I know it probably doesn't seem like it, but it definitely is. And obviously the dash is pretty wide open. You got your tweeters up there on the pillars, on the A pillar there, and then down here you've got some, I think they're probably like 6.5-inch speakers. Yeah, so up top you got your release, your different lights, your push to open your garage. Under here you've got your vanity mirror, which obviously lights up when you open it up, and then down here you got your shifter. I have all kinds of stuff in the way. Water and whatever, but so this is your little shifter. Fancy. You can put it in manual mode if you pull it down to drive and then click over to the left. Then you can shift on your own if you really want to. One big flaw with this car is this little silver trim piece, because the sun will hit it just right and it'll blind you while you're driving. But if you keep it open, then it's not as bad, I suppose. But down here we've got a 12-volt outlet and 2 USBs, including like your CarPlay main one and an aux, which light up, so that's pretty helpful. The only thing I hate about it is that there's no real way to, there's not a good way to keep it closed with your phone cord out, so that sucks. And then going over here, this one actually came with the upgraded CD player. I wish I didn't have it, but it does, so there it is. There's also another 12-volt outlet in here, or if you don't have this, then it's going to be down and inside and kind of in a better location actually. Yep, again the same thing in the seats. Obviously the seats fold down in the back, and then there is also a voice thing on each side. So it's not just for the driver in this, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so I think that's about it for this little video overview kind of thing of my new car. If you guys did enjoy this video or you got any information, make sure you click that like button down below. It really does help the channel out. And of course, subscribe to stay up to future content. If you have any questions about the car or anything that you're wondering if the features, this and that, make sure you comment those down below and I'll try and answer them for you to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching. Peace!